lines down from the bottom of 94b, Taridal Amud Beis. We just are in the middle. We just mentioned this miraculous event that happened when Sanhedrin came to destroy Jerusalem. So they put a sword on the base medrash, and there was nobody who came out a regular layman. Everyone came out very knowledgeable, even in the intricate halachas of Tuma and Tahara, of purity and impurity. And that shows you how great and how intense that night of Torah study was, to which the next morning 185,000 soldiers were killed. So, Ba'al Oso Dor Hu Omer, on that generation it says, they went and they were, by their flock. The Omer Bahaya B'Yomahu Yeh Kol Makom Asher Yeh Sham Elev Geffen, Belev Kesef, the place where they have like these thousand vines worth 1,000 silver coins. However, l'shamer v'lashis yihya, it became like shamer and shis. Shamer sounds like it became desolate. It became v'lashis yihya. It I don't know. It rotted. It went to waste. Why? Afal pisha elev gefen belev kesef lishmor v'lashis yihya. Even though it was so expensive, it ended up going to waste, going to rot. Why? So Rashi says because they were so involved in Torah study. They were so into learning that thanks to Chizkiyahu, that they would abandon even their expensive produce, and they came and they learned. So tremendous success on Chizkiyahu's part of inspiring his people. Okay. The verse says, "V'osef shlalchem osef achasil." So now, the army's dead, and now they want to take their splendor, take the spoils. So what did they do? They collected the spoils. They collected hachasil, locust. Amar lahem Navi Yisrael asu shlalchem. So go collect, take the spoils. Amru lo livzos olachlo. Like each one gets whatever, each one gets a portion, or we all take, put it into one big pot, and then divide it up. Amar lahem ke'osef hachasil. Do like the locusts do. Ma osef hachasil kol echad echad la'atzmo. Each man for himself. Av shlalchem kol echad echad la'atzmo. So too, you should also, each one should take for themselves. Amru lo v'halo mamon aser shvatim uravo. There could be Jewish money over here from the 10 tribes that were all mixed up and exiled and all. So we can't take someone else's stuff. So Amar lahem, don't worry. The verse says in Yeshayahu, "Usaf shlalchem osev achasil kimoshak gavim shokek bo." So it's kimoshak gavim shokek bo. It's like taking from these. It's like these pipes that water comes through that helps go to a mikveh, which purifies a person. So to magavim halalu ma'alin es adam mitum l'tahara. Just like these pipes, they transform a person. They purify a person from impurity to purity. Once the money of the Jews went into the hands of the non-Jews, miyati, right away it becomes kosher money. It sounds like it's we no longer view it as belonging to those people. Now it belongs to somebody else. Therefore, you can take it and you don't have to worry. Maybe it's the 10 tribes. Okay, we have a lot about Sanhedrin today. Sanhedrin and his journey down to Yerushalayim. Journey up to Yerushalayim. Amar Rav Huna, Eser Masos Nasa Oso Rasha Ba'oso Hayom. That day he had 10 travels. Sanhedrin, we're going to see it's actually 12. The Gemara is going to ask 10, and it's going to say you're right and interpret two of the travels differently. So, Shinemar, it says about him, Ba'al Ice. He went to a place called Ice. Avar b'Migron, he passed through Migron. Lemichmash Yavchi Kelav, he went and he was in Michmash. He deposited his vessels. Then Avru Ma'abra, he passed through Ma'abra. Then Gava Malon Lanu, sounds like there was an inn in Gava, place to stay. Charda Harama, Rama has quaked. Okay, Givashol Nasa. The people of Givashol ran away. Sale Kolech Bas Golim. The voice was raised. The daughter of Golim. Sounds like another group of people were screaming. Hakshiva Lisha. Listen, the people of Lisha listened. Ania Antos. And then what was Ania Antos? People of Anatot, or the poor of Anatos. Nadida. Oh, next one, yeah. Nadida Madmena. They were asleep. People of Madmena. What?
Madmena has wandered away.
Admana's wandered away. Okay. Yoshve Hagavim Heizu, and the people that sat in the Gavim Heizu, they were brazen. Okay. So it says 10 places, but really it's 12 places. Hani Tuva Havyan. So there's not 10 places he traveled that day, only 12 places he traveled that day. Says the Gemara, you're right. Sale Kolech Bas Golim. That which we counted as one of the places is Navihu de Kamarla. It was really the prophet that said this. The Knesset Yisrael, he said to the Jewish people, Sale Kolech Bas Golim. So you're going to raise the voices of the Bas Golim. Who's that? It's a Bito Shal Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov Shal Asu Mitzvos Kegale Hayam. It's the daughter of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov who did mitzvos like the waves of the sea. It's interesting. Another reference to mitzvah observance being watery, wet, like the waves of the sea. Interesting. Okay, so that's only 11 places, but we said 10, not 11. Hakshiva Lisha Mehai Lo Tistafi. So Hakshiva Lisha means to hearken your ear to listen, Lisha, but it means Mahai Lo Tistafi. Don't be scared from him. You'll be safe from him. Don't worry. So one of the places that we thought was a place really was just the message from the prophet saying, don't be scared of Sennacherib, you'll be fine. Rather, you should be scared from Eli Stafim Nebuchadnezzar, Russia. The Muscle Aryeh. Nebuchadnezzar is going to come like a lion. Shinemar, all the Aryeh Misovcho. And the lion's going to come up from its thicket. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so only 10 travels that day, not 12. Fine. Now, Ania Anatot, so the people of Anatot responded. So, yeah. So the hero learning Ania responds means sounds like a prophecy. Also, Yirmiyahu ben Chilkiyahu, Yirmiyahu is going to go, the son of Chilkiyahu, Umisnave Allah Me'antot. He's going to go prophesize from the city called Anatot. Oh, okay. So he's going to go and prophesize from a place called Anatot. Fine. Now, the Gemara said earlier that we interpreted Nebuchadnezzar as referring to a lion. So, Midami, Hassam Ari Hachalish. So it sounds like you're referring to him as a lion, but you also refer to him as a leash. Leash sounds like another form of animal. So which one is he? Is Nebuchadnezzar going to be a lion or a leash? So says the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan, Shisha Shemos Yesh Lahari. There are 6 names to a lion. Eluhain Are Kfir Lavi Leash Shachal Shachatz. 6 names to a lion. So the Gemara can refer to both. Nebuchadnezzar will be scary like a leash and scary like a lion. They're both ways to refer to a lion. Okay. Says the Gemara, well, once you interpreted those 2 places and this 3rd place of Ania Anatot, so then you took away 3 of the travels. You had 12, now you're down to 9. So Ihachi Batralahu, you're lacking. Says you're right. Avra Ma'avra Tartininu. That place that was counted, Avra Ma'avra, is really counted as 2, and therefore he did travel 10 travels that day. Okay. So says the Pasuk in Yeshaya. Yeah, at the very end of all these 10 places that were just recounted, so the last pasuk over there says, "My od hayom benov lamod." So, long story short, was that David Melech was fleeing from Shaul, and he ended up in a city called Nov, full of Kohanim, and he was running away from Shaul, but he told him he was a messenger of the king, one of his emissaries, and therefore they gave him a place to stay and they gave him some food. And Doeg went, and Doeg told David Melech that he lied, that the place of Nov, of the city of Nov, is treating him well, and he's and like an emissary of the king. So they're helping him. So that's rebellion against the king. So Shaul ordered that Doeg kill everyone in the city, and he did. And for that, so Hashem said that David Melech, Doeg, and the Jewish people are all going to be punished. So. My odayom benov lamod. Amar Rav Huna osu ayom nishtayer Mu'una shel Nov. So it was that day. It was very interesting. That day that Sanhedrin came and wanted to destroy Yerushalayim was that day that was prone for punishment. It was ready for punishment of the Jewish people for the Avera of Nov, of that city. So that day was opportune for punishing the Jews. Okay. Amri lei kal da'oi iazla ha'idna yechaltala ve'ilo lo yechalta. So they said about this that I translated it.
You attack Jerusalem today.
Oh, if you attack it today, then great, and if not, not. So okay, fine. So now, fine. So continuing this journey of Sanhedrin, Yomi. Interesting. That should have taken him 10 days to go from where he was to Yerushalayim. But Yomi, he made it in one day. Yerushalayim. When he got to Yerushalayim, he sounds like he put these rugs down. I guess he had a lot of them with him. A lot of rugs until he made a big mound. And then you could see Ad Shura. He sat on top of it now. He stood on top of it. Ad Yerushalayim. Now you can see the whole Yerushalayim. Sometimes when you're taking a bus during Part Yerushalayim, you have a good view of everything. So he made rugs. He put rugs up, and he saw your whole Yerushalayim. Ki Chazia Izutar is like, this place is pretty small. Small city. Amr, he's like amazed. Hello, Dahi Karta to Yerushalayim. This is the city of Yerushalayim. He says, the Allah Argishis Komish Yarse, the Allah Kifshis Komedinasa. So he said, this is the city of Yerushalayim that. Who's what?
On whose account he mobilized his forces for this?
Meaning his whole army we're going to mobilize for this. This is nothing. This is small. So hello, he's the era. It's so small. The chalasha, it's so weak. Mikol karchamaya, from all my nation, from all my areas back home, this place is tiny. So the kavshas betakov yada, we can conquer it in no time with the strength of our hands. All of it come umainid bereshe. So like he left that mound of his and shook his head, and he made all his travels all this way just to see like a little pin on the map. So Moabil Ma'aseh Biyadeh al Tur Beis Mikdash. Then he went and it sounds like he waved his hands towards the mountain where the Beis Mikdash is. The Betzion al Azdar to the Yerushalayim, and on the Azar, the court of Yerushalayim. So now, Amri. So sounds like the army's like, let's go. He came all the way here. Let's go right now. Let's go and conquer it. 2 seconds. Why wait? Don't be lazy. Amr lahu tumyaso. So he was like amazed. He was struck. Like, start today. We traveled we traveled a 10-day journey in one day. We're all exhausted. So therefore, he said, L'macher aisili kol chad b'chad minaychu gulma harag minay. It sounds like tomorrow you're all going to come and bring me a stone of the city wall. And tomorrow we're going to conquer the whole thing, no problem. So don't push things off. Why? Miyad vayhi b'layla hu b'yatza malach Hashem. That night. That was that night that they learned the whole night, and a Malach Hashem came, b'yach b'machane asher me'eu shvanim b'chamish elef, and he struck. A Malach came and struck 185,000 of Sanhedrin's army. V'yashkima b'boker, and they got up in the morning, b'hine kula pegar mason, a bunch of corpses on the floor. Amrapa behind Amrinshi, bas dina batal dina. You push off judgment and you lose the judgment. You pushed it off for a day and you lost your opportunity. Okay. Now we're going back to Nov Ir Kohanim that was discussed. So, Vayeshe benov asher b'yelidei. Vayishbi benov asher b'yelidei harafa u'mishkal keno shlosh me'os mishkal nechoshes. Yeah, v'hu chagar chadasha v'yomer l'hakos is David. So there's a person named the Vayishbi. Okay, we'll see now. My Vayishbi benov. What's his Vayishbi benov? There was a Yishbi. Sounds like a captive in Nov. What does that mean? Amar Yehuda Amarav Ish Sheba al Iskeno. There's someone who came to take care of the business in Nov, meaning to kill David Melech. So Amar Lekash Baruch David. Hashem told David, Ad Masa Yeh Avon Zed Talmud B'Yadcha. you were responsible, somewhat responsible, for this whole nov being destroyed. So until when is the Aveira going to be hidden in your hand? So Al Yadcha Nerag Novi Kohanim Al Yadcha Nichadog Adomi. They were destroyed because of you. Doag lost the Olam Haba because of you, and Al Yadcha Neragu Shaul. Shaul was killed on your behalf. Ushloishav Banav Ritzaincha. So now, Shaul Ushloishav Banav, him and his 3 children were killed. So now, David, you have 2 options. Ritzaincha Yichla Zarecha. You choose. Either you get given over to the hand of the enemy, or your children get wiped out. Not bad. 2 options. So Amr Lafanav David said, Ribbana Shalom, Mutav Emser B'Yad Oyev V'Lo Yechla Zari. I'd rather be given over to the enemy and have my children survive and not get wiped out. Okay. So Yom Achad Nafik Liskar Bazai. So he went out to go hunting. Asa Satan. So the Satan came. The Admile Ketavia, in the form of a deer. So next time you see a deer, you don't know if is it the Satan or is it a real deer? A Pasak Bey Gira. So he shot his arrow. Sounds like he was good at that. Below Matya, and it didn't reach him. So sounds like Mashche. The deer kept going until it got David Ad Matya La Eretz Plishtim, until he got to the land of the Plishtim. So now. Once they saw the townspeople, the Yoshua Benov, I guess people on the border. Oh, Yishbi. Oh, that's the name of the person. Thank you. The Yishbi Benov. He saw him. Amar. Oh, Hainu Hai de Kollel Golias Achi. So it's interesting. This Yishbi Benov was the son of Orpah from the story of Rus, whose brother was Goliath. He says, oh, this is the guy that killed Goliath, my brother. So, Kafte, so he went, tied him up. Kamte Ose Vishadya Tuti Be Badya. He went and he tied him and he put him in some kind of olive press. And they tried to smush him and crush him to death. However, it's Abedle Nisa. Well, and the miracle was done for David HaMelech to survive. This is why. What was the miracle? Makale Ara Mitute. The land under him softened up. And Hainu Dechsiv in Tehillim it says, Tarchiv Tzadi Tachti, below Ma'adi Karsulai. The land under me, it softened, it opened up, and my ankles weren't given away. He survived. Okay. So now, that day, Hahu Yoma Pani Demal Shabbos, it was Erev Shabbos, and Avishai ben Tzuria Have Kachayev Reshe. So Avishai, David's general. I think a general. Yeah, so he was Erev Shabbos. What was he doing? Taking a shower, washing his hair. I'm not sure why these details, I'm sure there's what to say, why they're important for this, but Arba Garbe, Demaya, with 4 measurements of water. Okay. This is why. While he's showering, what happened? He was shampooing his hair. Chazinu, Kitame, he saw a dove. Chazinu, Kismedama, the water coming out of the shower was red. That's one. Or some say, Ikadamri, Asa Yona Itrav Kameh, or a dove came in front of him, like just going crazy. So either one of these 2 things, he realized was a sign from Hashem that he had to go do something. Something was wrong. So Amar Knesset Yisrael Yona Ismila Imsila, the Jewish people are compared to a dove. Shinamar Kan Fiona Nekpa Kesev, you're going to be like a dove covered in silver. So he understood either from the blood coming out or from the dove that was going crazy in front of him. Shema Mina, that dove in Malkat Yisrael B'tzara. He understood that something was happening to the Jewish people. They themselves, sounds like he knew were okay, but the one that represented the Jewish people, the king, so he was in trouble. So Shema Mina, that dove in Malkat Yisrael B'tzara. Dove in Malkat Yisrael B'tzara. Sorry, he's dwelling in pain. So also Lebesa, he went to David's house. V'lo Eshechei, David wasn't there. So what did he do? But he saw David's horse was there. The problem is, Amar Tanan, Ein Rofen al Suso, you can't ride on the king's horse. Vein Yoshin al Kiz, you can't sit in his seat. Vein Mishtamshin Bisharvito, you can't use his scepter. But however, his question was, Bishas Hasakanamai, when you think your king's in danger, then are you allowed to use his horse? Also, Shal Bey Midrasha, he went to the Beis Medrash. Amrule, they told him, B'shas sakana shapir dami. He said, yeah, that's fine. At the time of danger, you can use the king's horse. Yeah. Okay. So now, Rachve. So he got on the horse. Rachve leparde. He went to Parde.
His mule.
Oh, Rachve leparde. Sorry, he rode on his mule. The azil, the kaf to the ara behade, and the land, so to speak, contracted under him, meaning he got there faster than expected. Behade the kamazke, and he got to where he needed to go. And what happened? He got to the city where David was, and Behade the kamazke chazil orpa ime. So he saw now Orpa, the mother of this the Yishvi Benov, the one that was holding David captive. So now what was she doing? She was the Have Navla. She was sewing, she was weaving. So now she realized what he was doing. So she took her needle and Kichazia Paschal Pilche and Shadate Ilave. She went and she threw it at him. Savra Lemikdale. She tried to kill him, but she fell short. So Amrle Alim, so she said to him, young man, I see plak, bring me back my spindle. So he said, okay. Paska Beresh Mocha V'Katla. He took it to her forehead and killed her. So good aim. So now Karchazi Yoshe Benov, once Yoshe Benov saw he was here, that Avishai was here. Oh no, Hashta Havu Beit Train. But Katlin, now there's two of them. And there's David and Avishai. They're going to kill me. So what do? Paskale David le'ila v'datz le'romcha. He took David, threw him in the air, and put his sword on the ground, hoping that David was going to land, right? Because apparently whatever goes up must come down. So he threw him up. How do I know? Because it says, yeah. So he threw him up, and he's going to come down on his sword. So Omar Nafal Allah v'nikdal. Perfect. You're going to go fall on the sword, and you're going to die. And I guess that'll be 1 against 1. And then he stands a chance. So Amar Avishai Shem. Avishai uttered special name of Hashem. And Ukme David bein Shmaya la'ara. And David was held between heaven and earth. So says the Gemara, Avishai, David himself should have said it. Why did he say it? So says the Gemara, Ein chavish moti atzon beis hasurin. Famous line that a prisoner cannot take himself out of prison. That's why he needed someone else to do it. Okay.
And that kind of still holds true.
Right. Yeah. This is brought down in Brachos. Yeah, Brachos in the very beginning. I think davening for people. I don't remember. Yeah. A person's in pain. They don't have the same wherewithal. Yeah. Person going through troubles. You have to go to someone else who's objectively can see things much clearer than you. Yeah. Okay. So Amrle. My bais hacha. So now Avishai told David, why are you here? Like, how'd you get here? So he told him, so I guess I don't know what happened to the guy of Nov. He just there, like not trying to kill Avishai. I don't know. So he said, what are you doing here? Hashem told me you have two options, me or my children. I chose me. I ended up here. So interesting. Avishai tells him, switch it. Have your kids get destroyed and you stay alive. Why? Bar break kira lizin va'atlo titzar. You can have your children. They're selling wax, and you're not going to be in pain. Meaning, better they sell wax. Meaning, better they have pain and not you. Interesting. Amrle. Okay, if that's true, so then siya behadon. So help me out. Daven for me that what I said gets reversed. That's the verse that says Avishai helped him. Amar Rabbi Dovid Rav. How did he help him? He helped him by davening with him. Sha'azru b'tefillah. So now, David is still floating, and I guess they're having their own conversation. And the other guy's there, I don't know, playing chess. I'm not sure what he's doing yet. So maybe he couldn't hear the conversation. I don't know. Amar Avishai Shem va'achte. So Avishai uttered the name of Hashem, and David came down in a place that was farther away. I assume maybe that Avishai left the house and he had the conversation somewhere else. And then he brought down David, but not right where he was by that sword area, somewhere else. And then they went and they started running away. However, Hava Karad Pasrayu, he started running after them. This Ishnov started the Yishu Benov was chasing them. Kimata to a place called Gubi, Amri Kumbe. They got to a certain city and they said, let's go, let's go fight with him. Then Kimata betray Amri, betray Gurion Katluhu. Sorry, one second. Yeah. So then they got a place called Trey Amru, but Trey Gurion Katlu Aryeh. Sounds like he's as strong as a lion. Like he's way stronger than us. Like two babies, two whelps, can they kill a lion? Meaning us two are nothing against him. It's interesting. Even though you just used the name of Hashem to save David, but I guess you have to know the rules of when you can use that name of Hashem. Yeah. So Amri Lay, they said. Oh, so now they told this guy. He said, "Amrile zilesh takek leorpa imek. Go find your mother, Orpa bekivra, in the grave. Go find her in the grave. Ki itkrulei shma ime. Once they mentioned his mother's name, kacha shchile, he got very weak. He weakened. Once he was weakened, then they killed him. Okay. Hainu diksiv az nishbu anshe David lo. Yeah, as nishbu anshe David lo lemor lo teitze odi tana lemachama. You're not going to come back with us. So below sich bez neisol. You're not going to go anymore to us with battle. Oh, so sorry. Avishai told David, you're no longer going to listen. You're too close to getting killed. You stay where you are. You're not going to go to battle with us anymore, and therefore the light of Israel should not be diminished. Should not be diminished. Okay. Taner Rabbanan. The Brisa said, Shlosha kafta lehem haaretz. 3 people, the land contracted for them. Eliezer, Eved Avram, Yaakov Avinu, Avishai ben Surya. It's interesting because Sanhedrin, we said earlier, also took a 10-day travel in one day, but I guess that was more in a natural way than a supernatural way. Okay. So, Avishai ben Surya had Amram. That we just told you. Eliezer, Eved Avram. This is a good review of Rashis. So, by Eliezer, Eved Avram, it says, Va'ava hayom el ayin. So, I came today to the ayin, to the well, to the spring. Lememra, it sounds like today I came. Sounds like today I left and today I came. Lememra, the hayoma nafak. The huyoma nafak. Yeah, that day that I left was the same day that I arrived. How'd you do that? Oh, because kavta aretz. You had extra, extra heavenly assistance to get there faster. Yaakov Avinu, by Yaakov it says, turning the page, Yaakov left Beersheva, and he went to Harana, Uksiv, and also said, he went and encountered the place, and he slept there, as the sun was setting. So, Kimata lecharan. So when he got to Haran, Amar, Efshar avarti ala makom sheispalu bo avosav ani lo yispalhalti. He passed by the place that my forefathers davened, and I didn't daven there. So Baile Mahadar, he wanted to return. So came and here, but died. Once he wanted to return, Limehadar, he returned. Kaftali Ara, right away the land contracted. He got there right away. Miyad vayivka b'makom. Right away he entreated upon the place. So also a miraculous shortened distance. Davar acher, another interpretation is ein pigia ela tefila. The word pigia, to encounter, to entreat upon, is a language of tefillah. Shenemar v'ata al tispala ba'ad ha'amazeh v'al tisa ba'adam rino tefillah v'al tifkubi. So Hashem says by Yirmiyahu that v'al tifkubi, don't, it seems like don't daven to me. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to them. They did so many bad things. I don't want to listen to them. But you see that tifka is a language of tefillah. Okay, vayilen sham kiva shemesh. So now he slept there, and then the sun set. So Batra did sali baile mahadar. So after he davened, he wanted to return. Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu tzadik zebal beis maloni. He pater b'lolina. He finished davening and he at least stay for the night. So stay over. Miyad ba shemesh. Right away, the sun set. The sun set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Behind the ksiv, v'yizrach lo shemesh. For him, the sun went down.
Sun rose for him as he passed through it. So
Meaning,
it's like in a very short night.
oh, very short night. Yeah, good. So now the sun rose for him. V'yizrach lo shemesh. V'chilo bilvad zarcha. Only for him it shone. It was shining. The same sun that went down for him also came up for him. So, okay. So that was that. Now, Avishai davened before that what? That his children should be destroyed. Umi Nolan to call it Zari de David. How do you know that his children got destroyed? It says in the Asalia Eim Achazyahu Rasa Kimeis Bina. So Asalia, the mother of Achazyahu, saw her son die. His Kol Zar Malacha went and killed the entire royal kingdom. So you see, the whole royal dynasty was wiped out. Says the Gemara, not true. The Hayishtayr le Yoash. What's with Yoash? So Yoash remained. So says the Gemara, yeah, but by Nov, how this whole mess got started, by the Nov era Kohanim, one Kohen remained. Hasan Nami and Shtar Evyatar, one Kohen remained. So just like one Kohen was saved, David had one son, one descendant who survived. If not for one Kohen that remained by the Nov era Kohanim, there'd be no descendants of David that remained either. Okay, back to Sanhedrin. Back to Sanhedrin. Okay, Amar Balim Sanhedrin Russia Ba'arbaim v'chamish elef ish. So here we're going to need some mathematics. 45,000 men. B'nei Malachim Yoshim B'Kronos. They came, 45,000 men, princes, sitting in the fancy carriages, Shalzav of gold, the Imahem, Shuglonos, princesses, Vizonos, and harlots, Ubishmeinim Elef Giburim, and then 80,000, Ubishmonim Elef 80,000 Giburim, strong men. So 45,000 plus 80,000, yeah, 125,000. Levushe Syrian, they're wearing this fancy clothing. Levushe Syrian Klipa, Ubishishim Elef, another 60,000. Achuz Echer were holding the sword. Ratzim Lefanav were running in front of him. The Hashar, Proshim. Oh, and the rest were on cavalry. Yeah, thank you. The Chain, a similar thing happened to Avram Avinu. The Chain Bala Avram Avinu, so many soldiers at once. The Chain Asidim Lavo in Gog Magog. So too that last war before Mashiach comes will be also a tremendous amount of people going in trying to conquer Eretz Yisrael. Yeah. In Masnisa Tana, so in the Brisa was taught that Machaneu, that his camp was when he put everyone together. When he put everyone together, so it ended up being Arba Meos Parsi Rachav Tzavar Susav. Arba Meos Parsi, there's like 400 parsos. When you put them all together, how much width they took up. Arba Meos Parsi. Rachav Tzavar Susav, all the horses, the width of their necks, when you put them all together in one line, was Arbaim Parsi, was another 40 parsos. The rest of the camp was Masayim Vishisha Riboy Alafim. So 260 10,000s. So 2.2 billion 600 million minus one. So the army seems like it was 2 billion 600 million minus one. So Baye. So I think that some learn it doesn't mean it was literally 2.6 billion. It means it was a tremendous amount of people. That's super overwhelming. It's interesting, though, according to that, the Gemara is not going to figure out what does minus one mean. If it's totally allegorical, so then why you have to figure out what's minus one? I don't know. Yeah. So, Baye Chaser Chad, what does it mean minus one? Meaning one 10,000, 1,000, or 100. Chaser chad bayabai, chaser chad ribui, 1 10,000, or chaser chad alpha, or 1,000, or chaser meya, or 100, or chaser chad, or -1. Teku. Don't know. Okay. Tana, it was taught Rishonim Avru Shechi. So, continuing with this whole story, they went and they crossed over a place called Shechi. Oh, 1 second.
They were swimming.
Okay, right. So now they're all crossing. So the first group that crossed the river, as they crossed, they took a lot of water with them. So Rishonim Avru B'Shechi, yes, think they went swimming. Shenamar v'chalaf b'Yehuda Shataf. So they went through Yehuda, like soaking wet in the water, yeah. The Avar Emtzaim, the middle group, Avru B'Koma, they were able to walk through already, because the first group took out so much water with them as they swam through. Shenamar Ad Savar Yagia. They went up to their neck, but they walked. By the time the Achronim of the army came, it's just showing you how many people that he had in the army. You have this large of an army crossing through. The first Chevra took a lot of water out with them. Second Chevra was able to walk, took out more water with them. By the time that third group already started crossing, Helu Afaber Aglehem, the dust came out from their feet. It was already no more water there. So below Matsumayim Benar Lishtos, there was no more water to drink. They had to bring and transport water from somewhere else. Vishasu. Shenamar, as the verse says, Ani karti v'shasisi mayim la'achiv b'kaf pami kol yori motzor. So he went and he drank water from Ani karti v'shasisi mayim. He had to drink water
From somewhere else.
from somewhere else. Yeah. I think after this I have to go through Yeshaya.
I dug springs and drank water.
You dug springs and drunk water. The acher bekaf. That's what it's. Acher bekaf, with your cup of your hands, you dug the water. Okay. Fine. I have a huk sieve. So now, we just said it was 2.6 billion people -1 in the army, but before we learned that it was only 185,000 that were killed. So that is going to be a discrepancy. Yeah. Okay. So now, everyone is a dead corpse. So now, is it 185,000 or is it 2.6 billion? It's both. The ones that were killed were the heads. Halalu Roshe Gaisos, and they're the heads of the legions. The verse also implies that they were the heads. Why? Because it says B'mashmeina Razon. Bishmeinim the Isbu, meaning literally means the fat ones. That means the ones that were very the ones in charge. Them you made weak. Ravina Dekanami. Another verse also supports this. Look at the way it refers to them. Kol Gibur Chayil, the very strong ones of the army. V'Nagi, the officer of Asar, also officers. B'Machane v'Gomer. And then after that whole thing happened, Sanhedrin came back. So Sanhedrin went back to the idol that he built, etc. But the point is that beginning of the verse refers to them as the officers. So you see that the 185,000 were really officers. Yeah. Okay. Now, the Mahi came with what did the Malach Hashem hit them? So, it's fine. I was learning a sefer yesterday, and in the middle, he decides to give an understanding of this Gemara, of what all the different opinions are. And I'm like, where's this Gemara? And it's Hadi Hamid Bez. I'm like, oh. So, but he came with what did he hit him? Rabbi Eliezer Omer Biyad. He came, Shenamar B'yar Yisrael Yad Agdola. By the splitting of the sea, they saw the Yad Agdola. Ayad Sha'asidali Parim Sancherib. That same hand, so to speak, is going to take retribution from Sancherib. Rabbi Yeshua Omer Be'etzba, he came. The Malach hit them with a finger. Shenamar Yomer HaChartumim El Paro Etzba Elokimhi. The Chartumim said to Paro, look, it's the finger of God. So, Etzba Sha'asidali Parim Sancherib. That same finger is going to take retribution from Sancherib. Rabbi Eliezer Ben Osher B'Tzekli Omer Amar Lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu LeGavriel. No, Hashem told Gavriel. So Megalcha Natusha, is your sword ready to go? Not your sword, the magal, the what?
The scythe.
Scythe, what's that? It's as small as a hand sword, no?
No, that's for cutting.
For cutting the crops, no?
Mhm.
Yeah. So magal Natusha is your seat. Is it pulled out, ready to go? He said, "What do you mean? I'm gonna Ribbon Shalom." Netusha ve'omedes mishishas mishesh yimei bereshis. You know, in English we say, "I'm born ready." Yeah, it was ready to go from the 6 days of creation. So, are you ready? I'm born ready. Yeah, that's what it is. Shenamar mipnei charva, as it says, mipnei charavos nadadu, from the swords. They awoke from the swords. The end of the verse says, "Mipnei charav netusha." The sword was drawn out. It was ready to go. Okay. Rabbi Shimon Yochai Omer. Oh, so the sefer that I saw, a student of the Vilna Gaon, he interpreted that, was it a hand, was it a finger? It's a different kinds of miracles. A hand is more of a bigger miracle. It touches on the more foundational parts of the world that have to be shaken up. A finger is more. It's only one finger, part of the hand. So depending on what kind of miracle it was, it'll refer to it as a yad or an etzba. So Kriyas Yams was a yad. It was much more foundational. It hit the root of the whole Yamsuf, versus Etzba in Mitzrayim was referring to much more specific kind of miracles. So that's different kinds of interpretations. What kind of miracle was this? More of a global miracle? It's more foundational, more specific? Okay. So Rabbi Shimon Yochai Omer, also HaPerak. Rabbi Shimon Yochai says that time was Zman Bishul Peiros Haya. It was the time of the ripening of the fruits. I guess around Shavuos time. Right? And Pesach, ripened by Shavuos, collected in Sukkot. Yeah. Amar L'Kadosh Baruch Hu LeGavriel. Hashem told Gavriel, Kisha'ata Yotze Levashal Peiros, Hizakik Lahem. When you go out to ripen the fruits, apparently Gavriel is the malach in charge of making sure the fruits ripen. Okay? Hizakik Lahem. So go out there and kill some hair. Yeah, when you go into your garden, just get some business done for me and then come back. Okay. Shenemar mide. So as the verse says in Yeshaya, mide aru yigach eschem ki baboker yavar b'yom v'layla v'haya rak zava havin shmua. What's the place? Oh, so mide aru yigach eschem ki baboker yavar b'yom v'layla v'haya rak zava ya havin shmua. So what does that verse tell you? Sounds like in the morning you should go and take them.
Person shall take you. When he passes through, shall take you. We shall pass through every morning by day and by night. And this message is truly understood to inspire sheer terror.
To what? To
inspire sheer terror.
What's that have to do with the ripening of the fruits?
That's when he's passing through the. I don't know if it's passing through the Pradesh or.
Okay. When he's passing through, take care of them. Amar of Papa, behind our range. That's what people say. Agav orcha, like when you're passing on your way, lebal debavcha ishtama. So when you're passing on your way, so then go sounds like inflict fear into your enemy. Is that what it says?
Yeah. It says here in the commentary. Gabriel slew the Assyrians offhandedly, almost as an afterthought. Way to ripen the fruits.
Yeah, meaning the main point was wake up and ripen your fruits, and also, by the way, just take care of some hair. Okay, fine. Yeah. V'yesh omrim v'chotma nashaf. Some say that the way, I guess the malach killed them was he blew into their nostrils umesu. So he didn't hit them with his tools, but rather he blew into their nostrils. Umesu shenamar. The gab nashapem beideshu. He blew into them and they dried out. Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba Amar, kapayim sipek lahem. He clapped his hands umesu and they died. Shenamar v'gamini eke kapi el kapi v'anichotzi chamasi. Clapped the hands, hand in hand, and then the anger will reside. Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha Amar oznayim gila lahem. Oh, yes. It's interesting. He revealed, he opened up their ears, Vishamu Shir Mipichayos. We know that there's something called Perik Shira that all the creation sings to Hashem. So we don't always hear it. Our ears are clogged. But he opened up their ears and they heard the song of all the animals. And that's how they died. Shenemar, as the verse says, from the greatness, the goyim left. Sounds like from the beauty of the song. It's referring to the greatness of the exalted song. They all were gone. Yeah. Amar Rebbe Abo, ilmole mikra kaso iyashar la'omro. If not for the verse saying the following, we can never say this. Tichsiv b'yomahu yigalech Hashem. Okay, this is where I got up to. So b'yomahu yigalech Hashem betar. So one sec, the verse in Yeshaya. B'yomahu yigalech Hashem betar. It sounds like Hashem shaving with the razor. Haschira be'evri nar. What is that? I skipped. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. The common Ishtar, how many were left over? Mehem, how many were left over of Sanheriv's army? So Rav Amar Asara, Shnemar Vishar Eitz Yaru Mispar Yiyu. So the verse says, Ushar Eitz Yaru Mispar Yu Benar Yichtevim. So Kama Na'ar Yachol Lichtav. How much can a lad actually write? Asara. A young kid sounds like can count to 10, can write until 10. Shmuel Amar Tisha, 9 remain. Shenemar V'nishar Ba'olos Kinokef Zayis. Shnayim Shlosha Gargarim Berosh Amir. So Arba V'chamisha B'Seifei. So remained was, the remnants were like what, like the olive? 2 or 3 seeds were left over, or 4 or 5 branches.
The 2 left testicles up the highest branches, yeah.
And so there, how'd you get 9?
4 or 5 in the branches.
Plus what? Plus 2 or 3 of the seeds gets you 9.
8.
I mean, just like an olive, very little remains from it. Only 2 or 3, just like
small land grapes.
So to here, only very small remained. And how much is that? 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 is 9. It's like 4 and 5 branches. So to 4 and 5 soldiers remained was 9 also. Fine. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Chamisha. So only 5 remained from this whole thing, from the whole Sancheriv's army. Sancheriv, that's 1. Shnei Banav is 2. And then Nebuchadnezzar, I don't know why he's like in 2 words in my Gemara. I don't know. Nebuchadnezzar, that's 4. And Nebuzadron, that's Nebuzadron, that's 5. Yeah. So Nebuzadron Gemara, that's tradition that we have passed down. Nebuchadnezzar Dichsiv. Nebuchadnezzar, it says V'Rabbi Dirivia, where this is in Daniel. V'Rede Dirivia Dama Lebar Elohim. Yeah, how they translate that? But yeah, by Chanai Mishal Azariah, it says that it referred to him as the Revia. Yeah, how does it? So it sounds like it refers to him as Barava de Revia. So Rashi says that he saw Gavriel. So the ilav dechazia minaha beyada, and if he didn't see it, how would he know? 1 second. Just see it for 1 second. So it says by Daniel. Yeah, it says that by Nebuchadnezzar, we know that he survived. Why? Because it says about him that by the whole story of Chaim Mishal Azariah, so right, he ended up seeing them, the 3 of them in the fire, not getting hurt, and he also saw this 4th figure who was the angel Gabriel. So Nebuchadnezzar thought there was an angel that he obviously knew this angel from somewhere else. He recognized the angel Gabriel. How do you recognize him? Because he was there and he survived. He survived this whole Nebuchadnezzar recognized the angel and survived because he already saw it the first time when he was with Sanhedrin. If he didn't recognize it, then how do you know who it is? So it must be that he had seen the angel previously. And when was that? That was during Sanhedrin. Now Sanhedrin Shnei Banav. How do you know that? Because there it says, "Vayihu mishtachav beis nisroch elokav." So Sanhedrin was also he was bowing down in his temple of Nisroch, his god. Bar demelech v'sharetzer banav hukal b'cherev, and his sons killed him. Now this took place after he already came back from Yerushalayim. Since it took place after he came back from Yerushalayim, obviously he survived in order to be alive afterwards, and therefore, and his two sons killed him, so they were also alive afterwards. So that's how you know that these 5 survived. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop here.